Hello students, I am Sister Mary here. Welcome to 10th Maths NCERT Chapter 1 Real Numbers. Today we will study from exercise 1.3 question 1. Prove that root 5 is irrational number. So this type of question is very important in the exam point of view. It's exactly the theorem 1.4 if you have understood. It's exactly the same. The steps are the same. Only in the place of root 2, we put here root 5. That's it. That's the only difference you have. Otherwise, all the steps are same as theorem 1.4. And it is very, very important because this type of questions are always asked. So, let's begin. So, as I already explained to you in theorem 1.4, that this is a contradictory method. So we have to prove, we have to assume that it is a rational, and then we will prove that our assumption is wrong. So let's begin. Let us assume that root 5 is rational. So, if root 5 is rational, it can be written in the PQ form. In your textbook, it gives A upon B. I'm just writing P upon Q. You can write A upon B also. That's no problem. Where P and Q are co-prime number. Now, I already explained to you in theorem 1.4 what is co-prime number. Again, I am explaining co-prime number means the number that you cannot divide further. For example, if 5 upon 10, then if you are dividing it, then 1 upon 2. So now 1 upon 2, you cannot further anymore. That is called co-prime number. And this 1 upon 2 doesn't have any common factor either other than 1. So this type of number is known as co-prime number. So we say here that P and Q are co-prime number. So it doesn't have any common factor. So now let's bring this Q this side. So root 5, Q comes this side and P remains the other side. Now square both sides. The steps are the same as you have in theorem 1.4. Now when we square both the sides, we will get root 5 square, Q square, and then P square. So when square goes, the root goes. So we will have P Q square equal to P square. So this we consider as equation 1. Now let's bring 5 to the other side. So we keep Q square here only and bring the 5 this side. Now what does it mean? It means that 5 divides P square. Now according to theorem 1.3, what he says, if 5 divides P square, if 5 divides P square, it means that 5 divides P as well. So in theorem 1.3, what we say, that if P divides A square, P also divides A. So meaning to say here, if 5 is dividing 10 square, then 5 can divide 10 also. So that is the meaning. So if 5 is dividing P square, then 5 also divides P. So 5 also divides P. So if 5 is dividing P, then we'll get some answer sure. If it is some integer, then if we are dividing, then we will get some answer out of it, right? So now this you can same way as we have written here. So we will bring it to the other side. So let P be here and we bring 5 this side. Okay. Now you can square both the sides. Square both sides. So then we will get P square pi square and r square. So then p square, pi square will be 25, then r square. Now, this we consider as equation 2. Now, from equation 1 and 2, from equation 1 and 2, we get, see, in the place of p square, you can write from equation p square is equal to 5q square. So, from equation p square value, you can put it here in equation 2. So, in the place of p square, 5q square. So, 5q square equal to 25r square. Now, keep q square one side, bring this 5 this side. So, we will have, so when you are dividing, we will get 5r square. So, now you can bring 5 this side, keep r square one side. Now, what does it mean? That 5 divides q square. So, 5 divides q square means 5 also divides q. According to theorem 1.3, as already explained to you above. So, 5 divides q square means 5 also divides q. So, what does it mean now? Which means 5 is dividing p. Here you must have seen here, I have told you. 5 divides p and 5 divides q as well. What is the meaning? 5 divides both p and q, which means p and q are not co-prime number, because I have already told you here that PQ is a co-prime number, which means it cannot be divided further, doesn't have a common factor. But then we saw here 5 is dividing p square, then 5 is dividing here 5 is dividing q square. That means 5 divides both p and q. So that means p and q are not a co-prime number. So if they are not co-prime number, that means our assumption is wrong. This concludes that root 5 is irrational. That's it. I hope you understand this question, and it is very, very important steps you have to remember. Exactly like a theorem 1.4 only in the place of root 5, it can be root 2, it can be root 3, any single number, it can be root 7, any single number. When they give you like this and ask you to prove, then the steps are the same. So instead of root 5, you have to put root 3 or root 2 or root 7, but the steps are the same and your conclusion also will be the same. So that's it. Thank you and God bless you.